And the Hawks with possession here. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. Teague kicks to Horford. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Tim Duncan picks one up. What a season for Al Horford last year. Such a great display from him and his team as he led the Hawks to the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference.
And for all the team accomplishments the Hawks had, Horford was able to hit some of his own milestones as well. Had his first career triple-double last season.
2 shots.
The first one falls.
Horford was really a cog in all aspects of the Hawks last season. I mean, a major cog. Just a consistent presence inside with his 15 points and 7 boards a game.
That one misses.
And for Horford last year, the numbers were down a bit, but that wasn't due to his play. I think the Hawks were just a more balanced team, and he could obviously put up bigger numbers if he wanted to, but by playing within the system, I think it allowed Atlanta to reach his true potential over the course of the regular season.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Leonard. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Leonard's got his first bucket of the night. The Hawks trail by 9. Teague, the pass to Horford. Back to Teague. That's good. Teague's got his 3rd basket of the night.
You know, sometimes the best way to attack size is to go right at it.
Parker kicks to Leonard. Atlanta with the rebound.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And here is Parker. Outside, Green. He kicks to Duncan. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Aldridge. Horford with the rebound. The Hawks trail by 7. Now Teague. He has 6. There's the pick. Right side Horford. Feeds it to Cephalosha. Millsap with it. Now Green defending. Baseline jumper. Again the Hawks score.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Parker outside. And there's the feed to Duncan. Uses the glass that time, and it's good. Duncan's got his first basket. Atlanta's gotten both of their 3-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Millsap a screen. Off the pick. The shot is off. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
There are certain things, guys, that you can always count on in life. Death, taxes, and, of course, the Spurs winning 50 games in the regular season. Happened for the 16th straight season last year.
And Atlanta has possession after the basket by San Antonio. Here's Teague. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Last year, a good one for Jeff Teague, Clark. He was a first-time All-Star in this league.
He's a pick-and-roll technician, so good in reading the defense as he operates from that spot on the floor.
Gentlemen,
he was really the catalyst for what was a really efficient offense for the Hawks.
The first free throw is good.
And Jeff Teague, a real speed merchant. I mean, very tough to stay in front of. He can put you on skates, blow by, and get right to the rim.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Splitter is checked in for Horford. Mike Muscala comes in for Paul Millsap. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Cephalosha. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Kyle Korver. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And guys, Jeff Teague, an attack guard. He's just an average three-point shooter, but he gets to the free throw line in bunches, shoots at a high percentage, and has really revolved, I think, into one of the elite point guards in the league.
Here's Teague following the bucket by the Spurs. Passes it to Muscala. Diaw with the steal. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Spurs.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
And that's what's created a rhythm for them offensively. That's also why you see them knocking down that mid-range jump shot.
And the first one goes. Kawhi Leonard, with another great season last year, earned his first Defensive Player of the Year award with his outstanding play.
And for Leonard, he became the first perimeter player to win one since 2004. That just shows you how incredible his defense was at times.
Kent Bazemore's checked in for Jeff Teague.
And, you know, for Leonard, you can add that Defensive Player of the Year award to his hardware list, and that puts him in elite company, one of only 3 players to win Defensive Player of the Year and Finals MVP. The other 2, Jordan and Olajuwon.
Outside Hardaway. 5 on the clock. Bazemore inside the three-point line. It's hauled in by Diaw. Diaw's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
And for Leonard, winning the Defensive Player of the Year didn't change him at all. I mean, he received a car for winning that award and gave it to charity. Went out of his way to thank his teammates during his acceptance speech. I mean, I think it speaks of his character and really the impact that Popovich has had on him and that entire Spurs team.
Here's Schroeder following the three-pointer by San Antonio. Diaw with the steal. Up the floor. It's tipped. And it's out of bounds to the Spurs as San Antonio retains possession. Rasul Butler's checked in for the Spurs. Pick by West. Got a piece of it. Spurs passing it around. Ginobili outside. Clock at 6. All alone. And that one goes long. The Hawks trailed by 14. Hardaway with it. Butler covering. Here's Schroeder. It's deflected. Ginobili outside. Dishes it to West. Now here's Mills. He has 7. Got a piece of it. Here's Hardaway. Now the pass to Schroeder. He dishes it to Splitter. Bazemore passes to Muscala. Tries to snap the cold streak. The rebound by the Spurs.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
Yeah, and I think the quickness of the closeout really threw him off.
Now here's Ginobili. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
That's his second personal foul.
And, you know, guys, Manu Ginobili's relationship with Greg Popovich has been really interesting over the years. In the beginning, Pop obviously had a rigid system. Ginobili played with a lot more freestyle and freewheeling nature. The two clashed heavily early on, as one might expect.
Atlanta making a switch here. Scott's checked in. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Getting back to Ginobili and Popovich, everyone thought Popovich would break Ginobili of his reckless ways, but in fact, you know this, it was the opposite.
Yeah. You know, Pop recognized he had something special in Ginobili, and it ended up changing his own philosophy, which I think speaks to the greatness of Greg Popovich. I mean, he was quoted as saying, you know, he does things, Ginobili, that win games. It taught me to watch a little bit more and not be so micromanagement-like, and not sure Pop's ever said that about anybody else.
Knocked away. It's stolen by Schroeder. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Now here's Ginobili. He's got 5. Shot clock at 6. And the shot is good. Ginobili's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
In the corner, Hardaway with it. Splitter sets a screen. Launches it. Shot is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down now to just 11 on the basket from Hardaway. Mills with it. He has 7. Diaw dishes to Butler. Diaw, the screen. Shot off the pick. And it's San Antonio with another.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Bazemore misses.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
And the first half is now in the books. Spurs lead by 13. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Okay, Atlanta, let's keep it going.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. We're seeing a tremendous game from LaMarcus Aldridge.
He was just like a jitterbug out there. I mean, disrupting passes, getting his hands on a lot of balls, forcing turnovers and steals. Just a solid job all the way around.
Like to watch him play like that. Makes the game so much more interesting.
Yeah, it looked a little bit like Greg Anthony in the day. A jitterbug or maybe a gnat with the kind of nuisance he's been as far as defending. Excellent work at that end of the floor for him.
And Kevin Clark's the only guy I know that can call you a gnat and mean it as a compliment.
And make you feel good about it.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Clark.
It's good, Clark. And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started.
We've seen LaMarcus Aldridge getting it done. He's got 10 points, and he's come away with 2 steals as well. He's blown up some plays out there.
And it also shows you the importance of intelligence as a defender, because he has been a nightmare on the ball.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for Atlanta, Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Teague and Korver are the guards, and it's Cephalosha in at the 3 spot. Hawks were so dominant last year and were the first team to clinch their spot in the postseason.
Hawks also would wrap up the top seed in the East and were able to advance against the Nets in 6 games.
Parker with it. Picked up by Teague. Leonard kicks to Parker. Horford with the rebound.
Well, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Outside Teague. Pass to Horford. Korver dishes to Horford. Teague inside the line. That one off the back iron and out.
In the second round, the Hawks had a bit of trouble once again with the Wizards. Were able to get by them despite going down 2-1 in that series. It seemed like they were out of gas against the Cavs in the next round.
The Hawks trail by 13. He feeds it to Horford. Back to Teague. Cephalosha with it. He's against Parker. Cephalosha kicks to Teague. Leonard with the steal. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Parker drives in. Good. Parker's got 4 points in the quarter.
And really, with the Hawks in the postseason, they just ran out of health. I mean, the Korver injury, the Carroll injury were huge against the Cavs. And when you lose that much talent, you could see why they were swept out of that conference finals. Don't forget, they also lost Cephalosha prior to the playoffs.
Atlanta's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. And here's Korver. Back to Teague. 5 on the clock. On the wing, Korver. It's tipped. And stolen by Aldridge. And they're pushing it up. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
And how good a playmaker has Tony Parker been? One of the best in recent history. The all-time leader in assists for the Spurs over his 14 years there. Just a crafty guy with the ball in his hand.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And continuing our talk of Tony Parker, the first year he laced up his sneakers, he increased the tempo for that entire Spurs offense, and it continues to this day.
Yeah, and the increase in floor spacing and tempo, a big reason the Admiral, Tim Duncan, and Parker won the championship together in 2003, and obviously Duncan and Parker have won a few more rings since then.
The San Antonio Spurs, a team that has had such a strong core and is so disciplined, Clark, it's hard to see them struggle, even think of them struggling, even on the road.
Well, last season they did have trouble at times on the road, but 22-19, still not too bad. It has not been an ideal start to the second half. They've missed 3 of their first 4.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter.
And for the Spurs on the road, it was the scoring. They were so good at home, but scored 8.5 points less per game on the road. That was the biggest margin in the NBA.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Leonard with no one around. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got 3 assists tonight.
Boy, it's been a long time since the Spurs had a losing record on the road, so there aren't any concerns for them. I mean, they've never had a losing road record since Tim Duncan was drafted. Wow, that's back to 1997.
Outside Leonard. Back to Parker. To the middle. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Parker.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
The Hawks trail by 18. Kicks it to Millsap. "14 feet away. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
2.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for San Antonio.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Yeah, I think you also have to give them a lot of credit for how well they've risen up to meet shooters, to challenge shots in this game. A lot of blocked shots tonight.
And Paul Millsap, guys, the only player to lead the NCAA in rebounding 3 straight seasons back in college. A former second-round pick. Was kind of slept on, but now clearly making his mark in the NBA.
Now here's Leonard. He has 7. Parker passes to Leonard. Clock at 4. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Greg, you were talking about Millsap's ferocious rebounding. He battles inside, but Clark, he is so skilled.
Yeah, he's just really a good all-around basketball player. He can pass, handle, step out, and hit the 3. Very, very versatile. He makes an impact on the game a lot of ways.
Leonard hits them both. Hey, listen, Kawhi Leonard hasn't been in the league for a long time, but he's feeling right at home. He said last season he wants to remain a Spur for life.
Now here's Teague. 8 points for him. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Parker kicks to Aldridge. Parker outside. The dish now to Duncan. Rebound, Atlanta. And for Leonard to hear players say that a lot, but rarely before they reach the end of their rookie contract.
Yeah, I think Leonard just realizes what a special situation he found himself in. I mean, he is the complete package as a player and custom made for how the Spurs like to play and do things.
Now here's Leonard. He's got 9. Here's Aldridge. From 16 feet away, he cans it. Aldridge has got 12 points in the game.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
It's stolen by Green. Pass to Duncan. Aldridge a screen. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. 6 to shoot. The open shot, Green. And a great assist by Aldridge as that one goes in. Aldridge has got 3 assists in the game. Now here's Teague. He's got 8. Here's Horford. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And for LaMarcus Aldridge, always praised for his terrific shooting, his rebounding, as we know, Greg, has always been fantastic. Over the past 2 seasons, he's averaged double-digit boards.
And that's why so many teams wanted him in this last free agency period. His ability to put points on the board as well as clean the boards. What a deadly combination.
2 shots.
Free throw drops for Al Horford.
You know, on the topic of Aldridge's rebounding, I mean, he doesn't do it by banging people around. He does it with positioning, timing, and length. And you can say that about most of his game. Quietly, effective, and impactful.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Splitter is checked in for Millsap. Ken Bazemore comes in for Cephalosha. Hardaway's checked in for Kyle Korver. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Jeff Teague.
And guys, going back to Aldridge, last season was a difficult one for him. He had the torn ligament in his left thumb, but still fought through it to become the Blazers' all-time leader in rebound.
A leaner, no good. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. Feeds it to Horford. There's the 3. And that one's good. Horford's got 5 points in the quarter.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
Parker drives in. And a missed layup. The Hawks trail by 16. At the elbow, Horford. Here's Ginobili. Parker outside. Hardaway against Ginobili. Over to the wing. Diaw dishes to Ginobili. An easy 2 points on the layup. Ginobili's got 9.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Splitter sets a screen. Hardaway kicks to Splitter. It's stolen by West. Here's Ginobili. The shot's good on the assist by West. And 11 points for Ginobili.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Schroeder kicks to Splitter. Another shot. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on David West.
First personal foul.
And the one thing Tiago Splitter gives you every year, Clark, is consistency. The numbers, the effort, the results, all very familiar every year.
Yeah, his game is really built on the intangibles. He hustles. He knows where he's supposed to be. He gets to the right spot at the right time, crashes the boards, takes charges. He does all the little stuff.
And the first one drops.
And for Tiago Splitter, he's been a relatively unsung player in his career, never getting his number called on offense, receiving little recognition from the media, but providing tough defense in the post. He shot over 55%, crashes the boards in the 20 minutes or so a game that he gets. So that's been good enough to really establish a productive career.
You know, getting back to Splitter, yes, you need superstars to win in this league, but you also need guys like him, guys who put the team first, who bust the gut to carry out their responsibilities on the floor, off the court, and in the locker room. You need all of that to be a championship team.
David West.
And for David West last season, the thought was he might increase his production with Paul George out, but the opposite happened. West suffered his lowest scoring output in a decade, only 12 points per game on 47% shooting. Rough showing for the former All-Star.
And he sinks the second. Well, Greg, getting back to West, even though his scoring was down, his playmaking was up. You were talking about that. Clark, 3.5 assists A game last season, by far the highest number of his career.
Yeah, one of the very best pros I've ever been around. He's very smart. He's tough. He's all about team. And, you know, he makes things happen. Impacts winning in a lot of ways, and those assist totals indicate that.
Such a height mismatch out on the perimeter, and they give up the triple.
Parker kicks it to West. West setting the pick for Ginobili. Back to West. That shot's good on the assist by Ginobili. And that's now 9 points for David West.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Scott can't get it to go.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
Now here's Ginobili. 11 points in the game. .127 left in the third. Now the feed to Scott. For the three. Another three for Atlanta.
There's 6 points on consecutive three balls. They're finding holes in this defense.
No doubt the defense had better play a little tighter.
Diaw, the screen. Parker kicks to Diaw. And too long on the shot. The Hawks trailed by 15. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now.
Diaw, the screen.
With the assist.
Now Parker. 10 points for him. Lets a floater go. And the basket good. Parker's got 12 in the game.
And he's not going to pass up on chances like that. Even with just a sliver of daylight, he can get to the rim.
Schroeder kicks to Splitter. And the shot is good. Splitter's got 4 points this quarter.
So far, going for more of an inside game here in this second half, and I like that. A little smash mouth basketball, taking it inside.
Pick by West. Parker kicks to Mills. He gets it up. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. It's the Spurs. They lead by 13. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Here's Teague. On the court for San Antonio. Parker and Green are the guard pairing. Kawhi Leonard is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Duncan in at the 5, roaming the paint.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
He kicks it to Parker. Leonard with a screen on Millsap. Green. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
Now here's Teague. Millsap a screen on Green. They set the pick. 3 on the clock. Korver, no luck. Spurs leading by 13. Parker passes to Leonard. Dishes to Aldridge. Parker outside. From the arc. Rebounded by Korver. Atlanta's gone 6 of 11 when they're taking the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. A nice shot by Teague.
Terrific effort on that shot. I mean, he's given up a lot of inches in that mismatch.
Well, height, who cares about height? I mean, it's just a number. Hey, you got to go with what you got. and he took what he had right at him there.
Now here's Duncan. It's tipped. Aldridge against Millsap. And now it's Cephalosha running. He can go all the way. Outside Teague. Left side Korver. Passes it to Horford. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Parker dishes to Green. The pass to Duncan. Parker with a clean look. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the J.
Good job there by Leonard setting that screen.
Outside Teague. To the left side wing. Millsap has the open look. And the three off target.
But still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
Boy, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger, Clark, right now.
Yeah, it's with them.
And guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up.
Korver kicks the Teague. Good. Teague's got 4 points this quarter. Parker outside. He dishes it to Leonard. From the left block. It's rebounded by Teague. Teague's got his fourth rebound in this one. Korver gets a wide open look. And the shot falls short this time. Outside Green. Korver against Leonard. Korver with the defensive effort. The Hawks trail by 13. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Teague, the pass to Horford. San Antonio with the rebound.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team. No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
So it's Atlanta now. After the basket by San Antonio. Cephalosha kicks to Millsap. Tries it from 9. And he gets it to go. Hitting off the back of the rim.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Now here's Parker. Pass to Leonard. And he goes big with the dunk right over Al Horford.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
Here is Korver following the bucket by the Spurs. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. And the dunk by Horford.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
There's Green with the 3. Offensive rebound. Duncan dishes to Leonard. He feeds it to Green. Korver passes to Teague. The open shot, Millsap. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Teague's got his 6th assist on the night. Parker outside. Kicks it to Duncan. Atlanta with the rebound. Horford's got his 4th rebound in this one. Teague kicks to Horford. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That's his first foul.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Here's Parker. And it's Leonard, top of the key. Shot clock at 5. And that one hits back iron. The Hawks trailed by 11. Teague with the ball. Leonard picks him up. On the wing, Korver. He wants to get to Millsap and does. And it's sent back by Aldridge. And he recovers it. The lead now in single digits. And 12 points for Horford.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Duncan kicks to Parker. Shot to stop the drought. And Aldridge the basket on the assist by Parker. 14 points for LaMarcus Aldridge. Outside Teague. Cephalosha dishes to Millsap. Pass to Teague. Parked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call.
Clearly a mental lapse at an inopportune time.
Yeah, that's a terrible mistake, Greg, to make it any time. But it's really exacerbated when you make it at this time.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Atlanta. The Spurs also with the sub. Ginobili's checked in. Now here's Parker.
San Antonio.
Timeout. Start it.
San Antonio calls timeout.
And, obviously, there's some things out there he does not like and wants to talk it over.
Well, Greg, you played and you envision yourself as a coach as well. So, sometimes you need to make some adjustments.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Guys, thank you. I got a chance to hear what Greg Popovich was saying to his team. His message? I don't want us patting ourselves on the back just yet. We can congratulate ourselves after the final horn. Right now, we need to go out there and take this one home. Guys?
All right, Doris, thank you very much.
Shooting for Atlanta.
And something that's been whispered about around the NBA is expansion. We know there are some markets that want desperately to have an NBA team. The NBA might not be at 30 teams for the foreseeable future.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Well, there are markets in the U.S. that want an NBA team. Seattle, which has been a great NBA friend, has been trying to get a team back since the Sonics left for Oklahoma City.
Clearly, Seattle's the lead name domestically. The NBA has also talked about adding a European division. A lot of different options for expansion. Don't think any will be acted on anytime soon, though.
Millsap misses. Spurs leading by 13. Parker passes to Ginobili. Duncan up on top. And that's a foul. It's called on Thabo Cephalosha. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second personal foul.
Parker outside. 6 to shoot. The dish out to Aldridge. Fade away. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got 6 assists in the game.
Well, he could have earned some style points there, but he really doesn't need to use the fadeaway when he's that wide open.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
The Hawks were fantastic last season. After the All-Star break, they did slip up a bit, struggled against teams over 500.
Here's Schroeder. And the rejection by Leonard. Cephalosha with it. He's against Parker. Leonard kicks to Aldridge. It's stolen by Schroeder. An even 3-on-3 break. Korver with it. Leonard picks him up. And Parker comes with the help. Korver dishes to Millsap. Back to Korver. 5 to shoot. Horford with the screen on Ginobili. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Spurs ball.
Spurs leading by 15. Parker with it. Feeds it to Duncan. And stolen by Horford. Fast break here. Here come the Hawks. Here's Schroeder. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Here's Leonard. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
And really, I like the fact that even with the big lead, they never coasted.
To me, that's a sign of a really good team, Greg, because you should always be playing against the game and yourself. I know there's an opponent out there, but when you have a lead, it's all about continuing to execute. Do what you do and stay true to that. And I like that aggressiveness and full speed ahead kind of attack that they have.
It's not really a surprise at this point, but the Spurs were in the playoffs last year. 18th consecutive appearance.
Yeah, they weren't in that usual top 3 spot, though. Although, had they won the last game, instead of being the 6th, they would have been the 2nd.
Right.
Didn't have that home court advantage, and as they went up against the Clippers, it really cost them in that 7th game.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Mike Muscala is checked in for Horford. Scott comes in for Paul Millsap. Kent Bazemore is checked in for Cephalosha. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Kyle Korver.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Spurs.
A beautiful pass doesn't always get you on the highlight reels, Clark, but there were some spectacular dishes in this game.
Yeah, it was a team that was really in sync. They trusted each other and took the right shots.
And so with this, they'll end up with their 2nd win on the year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
And maybe it goes without saying, but they had no answer for LaMarcus Aldridge. You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that about wraps it up. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now we'll head over to the studio with Ernie Johnson.